Hello, welcome to Falling Forward. I'm your host, Alicia, and this is the fourth episode. If you haven't listened before, go check out the other episodes. Today I'm going to be talking about how I got diagnosed with depression, anxiety, and PTSD. It is quite the triple whammy I got here, and that's not to say that, I don't want to seem like I'm crazy. Like, I'm not so mentally ill that I need to be hospitalized. But, yeah, I definitely have some problems going on up in my brain. And my chemicals are imbalanced. But I wanted to talk a little bit about it because I think my other 3 episodes, I kind of gave, advice. And I don't want to sit here and pretend like I have advice because obviously I just got diagnosed. I feel like that's pretty damn certain that I'm fucked up. So I think maybe just talking about it will help how I'm feeling and also give a little bit of, some transparency if you're feeling any of the similar things or thinking about getting diagnosed yourself. So I want to explain the situation of my psych eval. Basically what it is a psychiatrist pulls you into their office, for me at least, and they ask you a bunch of questions, let them, you talk about your symptoms, what your goals are. I was very honest that I wanted some medication because, I kind of already knew what I wanted going into it. And then, basically afterwards they tell you if you seem like you do have any sort of disorder, and if you do they'll tell you. If you don't, then you just leave. And if you do have one, then they discuss options with you, like medications or therapies or doing nothing, I guess, if it's not that bad. But yes, basically, so my experience was through Dartmouth because that's where I go for school. Dartmouth has some amazing resources for mental health, and at the Dick's House is what they call it. They have counseling services. That's where I go for my therapy. And also you can meet with a psychiatrist for a psych eval, and for medication. And I am on health insurance, so it was all covered and completely free for me. But basically I'd been talking to my therapist about what I was going through and how sad I was and whatnot. And one day I had a breakdown and I was like, I'm not okay. No matter how I try to look at this situation, I'm not doing well. So I talked to her and I was like, hey, you think maybe I should get talk to a psychiatrist? And she was like, honestly, you exhibit signs greatly of anxiety and PTSD. And I was like, oh, great, cool. But obviously my therapist couldn't diagnose me, so she was like, yes, let's set you up with an appointment. And she did. And she was like, she made a date best for me, and I went in, and it was this kind of older man, and he brought me into his office, and he was just he asked me questions like what causes you anxiety, how do you cope with it, when do you feel most sad. Actually, funny enough, he was I did a questionnaire a week or so ago, as a pre-questionnaire for my therapy, and I guess it got fucking turned around for a bunch of people, and he says you exhibit signs of severe depression. And I was like, oh great, I wasn't even coming in for that, and he already clocked me. But he asked me about it, and he was like, when do you feel depressed, do you think it's this and this? And then he also really psychoanalyzed me. He I think I shake my leg, especially because this is a very nervous situation. I was I don't know, I've never been through this before, and nobody wants to be mentally ill. But so I was shaking my leg, and he was like, I noticed you're shaking your leg a lot. Is there a reason? And I was like, damn, okay, no, I didn't even notice. I guess I do shake my leg a lot. And then he was like asking me about like my deepest traumas, and he was like, "Oh, I noticed you're about to cry right now." And I was like, "Yeah, no fucking shit." But but basically, yeah, so that was like, what a time. And it went well. He told me afterwards, he like asked me about a bunch of different disorders as well, like ADHD and schizophrenia, and I was like, no. So when you go in, they'll ask you about a bunch of different disorders, and narrow down the ones that seem like you have the most. And at the end, he told me about my 3 diagnoses and told me about my medication and how basically what I was taking and what the side effects are. I'm currently on Prozac, which is so fun for me. And they fucking suck. I'm on my first week and I feel like dying. I started the medication last Thursday. Today's Tuesday. So I feel like nauseous all the fucking time. I'm so nauseous. I'm so exhausted. I was just studying. I had to come back to my dorm because I was literally falling asleep doing my homework. And it's like, oh my gosh, this sucks. This is the worst. It's supposed to go away after a while, like after a few weeks. So I'm just holding out that hope. But it's making me nauseous. It's making me tired. It's making me anxious. It's making me jittery. Like, I can't drink caffeine without feeling like I'm shaking. But also, I can't not drink caffeine because I'm so fucking tired. It is a dilemma. And also, TMI, if you don't want to know, skip forward, I guess. But I can't poop for shit. But I can't poop. Like, I'm literally like haven't pooped in a week. This medication is fucking with my body so much, and I feel like everyone I talk to who has had antidepressants and been on antidepressants are like my symptoms or side effects were bad, but they're not as bad. And so I'm like, that's so weird. But I'm starting out on 20 milligrams, and everyone else is starting out on 10 milligrams, and I'm like barely 5 foot and 120 pounds. So starting 20 milligrams is kind of fucking nuts for me, but I don't want to like tell my doctor like how to do his job, so I'm just kind of suffering. I have a meeting with him in a week, so hopefully it'll be better then. But yeah, so it sucks basically. I am sick all the time, and it got to the point where last Thursday I had a class. I had to go to the class, and I was so out of it that I had to leave mid-class because it was like I genuinely suffering, and I don't know how to feel better from that. And you can't really take medicine on top of it because it's like that is the medicine. But I will say, like, I know it's only been a week, and I'm not supposed to really see or like total what am I thinking of, like, I don't know, curing of my brain until like week 2 or 3 is when you're supposed to start feeling it. But I will say, like, I have a, like, I don't know, a brighter like attitude towards the world. Like, before I was like everything was automatically like bad. Like, I was like, I hate life, like nothing's good. But now I like have a little bit more benefit of the doubt, I guess. And I don't get angry as easy. Like, I wouldn't say angry, like I'm not a violent person or anything, but I would get like really frustrated and irritated to the point where I would just be like, I need to go sit down alone over like really tiny things. And it got like really bad. Like really bad. There was a video I posted on YouTube. What the fuck is going on in the background? Okay. What the hell? Why does it sound like an alien invasion? I apologize for the background noise. I'm using like a really high quality microphone. It's picking up everything. Please ignore it. Oh fuck, it's somebody using the fucking lawnmower. Anyways, ignore it, please. Oh my god. I'm being like alien abducted right now. Okay. What was I saying? I like don't get like I'm not a violent person. I don't get like super duper angry. But okay, there was a video I posted on YouTube not too long ago, and it was about studying, and it was during final season. I was super overwhelmed. I was super depressed. Like I was going through it. Okay, and I said something like, I regret this. I'm sorry. Like I apologize for this, but I said I was gonna shoot up the place because I was so angry. And wow, over dramatic. Like, no, I wasn't. I don't even own a gun. But it was the fact that I was just that angry that I was like, I just want to, yeah. And I would never shoot up the place. But I was like just so angry over somebody sneezing. And it was just little things like that that just irritated me for no reason. And it had no premise behind it. There was no reason for me to be irritated by it. And I don't feel that as much anymore. Like, I don't feel as angry all the time. Yeah. Oh my god, that guy's coming back. I'm really angry about that. Oh, maybe the antidepressants aren't working. Just kidding. But yeah, no, I don't know. So that's going well-ish. I should expect better results in about 2 to 3 weeks. So I'll follow up. But right now it's like hell. And at least I'm okay mentally. I've been going through a lot better weather. I think part of my depression was the fact that it was so cold here, and I could never do anything. I never felt like it. It was just definitely partly seasonal, but now it's like really nice outside. People are like sitting outside on the grass and enjoying the weather, and I don't know, it feels like when I came and visited, when I got admitted to the school, and like I had so much hope and joy, and I was so excited. So now that like I don't know, feel the same weather that I had when I visited, it kind of feels like I'm getting some of that joy again. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's good. It's good overall. I so apologize for the background noise, but I wanted to also talk about like how my mental disorders really affected me. And it's not something that like, I know I'll have like some family or like family friends on here probably listen and be like, bro, you're fine, like you don't have, oh my shit, they are fucking abducting right now. Hear this. Sounds like a plane. Anyways, I'll have some family and some family friends be on here being like, mental health is a lie and you don't have disorders and you know whatnot. But I think it's very important to acknowledge that these things are real and that I have been going through something serious, and dwindling it down to being fake or not real is not okay, and it's really rough. So preface that by saying that. But I want to talk about how depression really affected me, like, on a deeper level. And, like, I think it all bases down to it was really causing me not to enjoy college. I go to this multi-billion-dollar endowment Ivy League college that has more opportunities than all of the Arizona State schools combined. It is an amazing, amazing, amazing school, and has filled with so many cool people from so many cool backgrounds, and I never ever wanted to experience it. And it's not great. It was not fun, especially last term. Dartmouth works in terms, so it's fall, winter, and spring term. Winter term was the worst for me mentally. It was cold. It's like negative 10 degrees every day on top of that. So I never wanted to leave my dorm. I never wanted to do my homework. I never wanted to meet with friends, but I knew I had to. And so I was like, I don't want to feel like this anymore. And I know the solution is to like make friends and whatnot. So, okay, 1 second. He's coming by again. What the hell is that guy doing? He's so annoying. Okay. Anyways, so I knew I had to. I knew the solution to feeling this way was making friends. So I am going under the blanket. So I basically forced myself on a certain occasion to go hang out with people and go do things that I never really wanted to do. And it made me feel like hanging out with people and socializing, like, it became a chore. And if you're trying to make friends and, like, get better mental health, feeling like socializing being a chore is not great. And it kind of defeats the whole point. So, like, it was bad. It was just not great. And I, like, really wasn't enjoying college. I tried to join a bunch of clubs because, like, in high school I was in everything. I was like, I loved being in all these different things and being an officer for everything and being loved and being popular and whatnot, you know? And I, like, I don't know, came to college and I hated it. I hated every club I joined. None of them are fun. All of them met at like 9 p.m. and my bedtime's 10. So it was like, what the fuck? He's coming back. I so apologize for this. Okay. My alien's back. So, back to it. I'm putting a blanket over my head so that it is easier to hear me. I didn't enjoy college, and I'm starting to now, but I also had, like, negative people in my area who didn't like it, and I also had, like, people in Arizona who wanted to see me, and I started just seeing the negative in everything, everywhere. And I think because of that is when I started getting really bad depression and anxiety and PTSD that started flaring up. I had no motivation to socialize. I also had no motivation to do any of my old hobbies. Like, any of the things that I actually wanted to do, I couldn't. All I could do all day was sit in bed and watch TV or be on my phone. And everyone knows how bad it is to be on your phone. It is, like, one of the worst things you can do for yourself. Even when I had, like, phone restrictions, I have some pretty heavy restrictions on my phone for this, I still couldn't, like, stop myself from doom scrolling on something. If it wasn't TikTok, then it was Instagram. If it wasn't Instagram, it was YouTube Shorts. If it wasn't YouTube Shorts, then it was Pinterest. If it wasn't Pinterest, it was Reddit. It was, like, anything I could get my hands on, I would scroll, and I would stay in bed, and I would read up on the news and realize how fucked I am, you know, like, and, like, I couldn't even work. Like, I didn't even work basically all of last term, and I had no money. I had no money, and I didn't work, and I was so sad, and I had no hobbies. I had nothing to love. I was going through therapy, and I was discovering all these new feelings and things I've gone through, and it was not great. I didn't love that little feeling in my life. But now I'm getting back to it a little bit. I'm reading more, partly because I have to read, like, 2 books a week for school, but I'll use that as a hobby. And I'm writing a lot more, which is great. And so I'm getting better. It's getting better. But I think another big thing is I was losing, like, a lot of hope for the future. I have always been a very foresight person, and I wish great things for the future. Like, especially coming to college, I knew always that I wanted to get out of my hometown and out of Arizona. And that was a very, like, achievable goal. Like, I knew what I had to do it. But now that I'm in college, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, what I want to do. I'm so used to, dude, he's back. Bro. I don't know how to be where I am, and I know I've thought about it, and I know it would be really cool to be, like, a novelist or work in publishing or something in the creative field. He's gone. But that's, like, a little bit harder to, like, just know that I have to do extracurriculars to go into college. Like, the college admission process is kind of laid out for you bare, but life isn't. And I'm gonna say I am losing, but I was losing because I'm trying to switch my mindset. I was losing hope for the future because I was like, I don't know, it's a really hard industry to get into, and I'm not, like, a president of any club right now or an editor of any newspaper, so I'm behind. I have no friends, like, I have no connections, like, I can't, I'm already behind, and I'm gonna go nowhere in the future. And that's like kind of how I spiraled down. And it was also like if I got any bad grades on any assignment, my mind would spiral and be like, well, if you did bad on this, then you're not going to graduate. And if you don't graduate, then you're going to have no future. And if you, like, you know, it was just, it was bad cycle. But, sorry, I'm like trying to keep talking despite the fact that there's an alien in my ear. But, anyways, yeah. And I also think, like, since I wasn't making any friends and since I wasn't socializing, and all the friends that I had made were superficial, I would say, and superficial not in, like, a bad way. Like, I'm not meaning, like, any of the friends that are listening to that I've met here doesn't mean that I don't value the friendship that we have. It just means that it wasn't... What the fuck? The friendships that I made were great friendships, and they were fun to hang out with and talk to, but none of them were deep. None of them were telling each other our whole lives, and we're bonding on a deeper level, and we ask each other about like certain things, and we keep in contact more than just talking once a week at lunch. And everyone here at Dartmouth really only wants to talk, like over dinner or over lunch, which is, you have to eat at some point, so doing it with someone usually is the most convenient way to hang out with someone, but it also is the least connecting, like the least way to connect with someone. Like, if you go out to somebody's dorm and you study with them, or you hang out, or you watch a movie, or you have face masks, or whatever, you are actively putting in effort and time to go hang out with that person in a time that you do not have to. But when you're eating just meals with people, you have to eat meals. So, like, it got to the point where I was only hanging out with people over meals, and I was so sad and, like, lonely. Like, I would, like, cry, like, every day, because I just felt, like, so lonely. I had nobody, like, I did in high school. It's such a different way to make friends in high school than it was in college, you know? So, it got to the point where I started feeling like I had no hope for the future at Dartmouth. Like, I wasn't ever gonna like it, which is so like bullshit, I think, because I'm a freshman. Well, like, I'm fine. I'm so fine. But it's scary. And I'm here to, like, say that it's valid. Like, if you don't have everything figured out your freshman year, like, it's okay. But also, don't listen to me, because I just got diagnosed with 3 things. So, I mean, who am I to talk? But, yeah. That's where I was, and that's kind of where I am still, because I don't really have any, like, crazy close friends now. I have, like, a few... Whoa! What is going on? Anyways, I have, like, a few close friends, especially, like, some from my hometown and my boyfriend, and I have someone close here, but I don't, like, have a close friend group. And when you see all these people in these amazing friend groups that hang out all the time and, like, go on trips and whatnot, like, whoa, you start to get jealous. That's crazy. Anyways, I'm so sorry for this. I hope this doesn't ruin your experience listening, but yes, that's what I have to say. I wanted to validate anybody going through this experience. It's really hard, and straight up, it's not a fun situation. I have little to no advice for you, and even if I did, I don't know if I'm the right person to give it, because I am actively going through it myself. If you have any questions on taking SSRIs, SSRIs are antidepressants. They're supposed to level out your serotonin so that you're, like, happier. Oh my gosh. I hope that, like, you can hear it. It's part of me hopes you can hear it so that you know I'm not just going silent for no reason, but part of me hopes that you can't hear it so that the audio's not fucked up. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. SSRIs are serotonin receptor something. We learned about them in Psych 1. They just level out your serotonin. That's why I'm having so many side effects, because my body's getting more serotonin than it's used to. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. I'd be happy to talk about it more. I'll keep updates. And yeah, I know this is a kind of a short episode, but I just wanted to talk about it and make my I don't know, experiences known and valued and heard, and know that everyone else who has gone through it or is going through it or will go through it, make sure that they know it's okay. So 1 second while the grass lawnmower goes over to the same spot 8 fucking billion times. Yeah. So another thing, like, before I go, I want to say it's so hard to work out on antidepressants because I'm so tired. So if you are a gym bro and thinking about going on an SSRI, maybe do it on a week where it's not important for you to work out. And yeah, that's that's one piece of advice I will give. But also take your pill when you eat. And yeah, so that is kind of all I have to say. Thank you guys for listening. Thank you in advance for giving some patience and love to the situation I'm in. And I hope I talk to you guys soon, and I'll see you around. Alright, this was Falling Forward. Bye.